happen. I'll leave it at that. We all have agencies. We can shape the future. There's still a lot. Look, I've said this before, so I'll repeat it. I don't anticipate this need to be the case, but there's a break the glass scenario, and there's many people that have a deep understanding of what it would look like if Democrats were locked down. We're gonna do everything to make sure that doesn't happen. I'll leave it at that. We all have age. We all have agencies. We can shape the future. There's still a lot. Look, I've said this before, so I'll repeat it. I don't anticipate this need to be the case, but there's a break the glass scenario, and there's many people that have a deep understanding of what it would look like if Democrats were locked out, and we're going to do everything to make sure that doesn't happen. I'll leave it at that. We all have agencies. We can shape.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about it. Gavin Newsom having a nervous breakdown, having psychotic breaks. He's snapping. Got a lot of people we just showed have different theories. Well, I know a whole lot more about the situation than a lot of people may think. A whole lot more. We have a situation that involves basically a whole lot of documents that have been coming down in relation to a very serious filing. We have a major articles violation. The entire Gavin Newsom ticket is disqualified. The whole thing. That's the way the articles work. You attack a candidate's campaign, their camp, you're done. You're disqualified. And, well, all the people with you basically are disqualified. That means all the hirees, all the people that were appointed. And guess what? From the moment that they were participants in the campaign forward, their retirement benefits are gone. They're taken away if they're lucky. Because they're not earned properly. They had no right to have those benefits. Now, if the evidence is deeper on some of these people, it's very actionable. These people are going to go away. They're going to go to prison for a long time. And if they're involved at the highest levels, the treason levels, they're facing the death penalty. Voters, this is not a game. It's not a game. The last thing that certain Democrats in California want to occur is scrutiny. They are desperate, incredibly desperate to do anything because they don't want to lose power. They're afraid that people are fed up. They're going to come after them for what they've done. Voters, If you're not sitting down, maybe you need to sit down, voters. And I know some of you are upset. Some of you are already, I guarantee you, some of you are upset. When you hear this, I know there's a lot of people. They're going to be like yelling at their screen and stuff and like, yeah, no duh, yeah. And they're upset because they already know they're victims. They know. They're upset. Okay. Okay, you're with Michael Crosby. Yes, I'm running for governor. And once again, yes, I'm continuing as a running candidate through multiple elections. I did run for POTUS as well. But here's the thing. We have California that has committed, real quick, I just want to go over this before we get into this exploitation of investment in robotics. We have the state of California has involved itself in article violations. They've attacked my campaign. The archives, they violated national security. They're disqualified. We have a current regime that is illegal. They've overthrown the government. They're disqualified. Now, the Constitution and laws say I cannot withdraw. It's illegal for me to withdraw. Once I have seen and witnessed these people committing treason, I am obligated by the Constitution of the United States to effectively deal with prosecuting these parties. It has to happen. It's Okay, you're with Michael Crosby. Yes, I'm running for governor. And once again, yes, I'm continuing as a running candidate through multiple elections. I did run for POTUS as well. But here's the thing. We have California that has committed, real quick, I just want to go over this before we get into this exploitation of investment in robotics. We have the state of California has involved itself in article violations. They've attacked my campaign. The archives, they violated national security. They're disqualified. We have a current regime that is illegal. They've overthrown the government. They're disqualified. Now, the Constitution and laws say I cannot withdraw. It's illegal for me to withdraw. Once I have seen and witnessed these people committing treason, I am obligated by the Constitution of the United States to effectively deal with prosecuting these parties. It has to happen. It's
Kern County Sheriff's Office. We intentionally ran him over. Kern County Sheriff's Office. We intentionally ran him over.
What agency?
Kern County Sheriff's Office. We intentionally ran him over. We ran him over.
What?
Faster. We're never going to get the sites cleaned up unless we remove the materials. We have to at least reduce the pressure to stop it from seeping at the very least. Now, this will get us a whole lot of basically resources that we need to get the jobs done that way, So the thing is that I'm still committed. I want people to be wiser, own tomorrow, get involved with steward projects where we own our own power companies and we get serious residuals. We can do these things and end up making more money faster.
We intentionally ran him over.
What agency was the
Kern County Sheriff's Office. We intentionally ran him over.
What agency was the
Kern County Sheriff's Office. Kern County Sheriff's Office. We intentionally ran him over.
What agency was the
Kern County Sheriff's Office.
agency
Kern County Sheriff's Office. We intentionally ran him over.
What agency was
Kern County Sheriff's Office.
the
Kern County. We intentionally ran him over.
What agency was the
Kern County Sheriff's Office. We intentionally ran him over.
What agency was
Kern County Sheriff's Office.
The truth's arrived, sadly. The truth's arrived, sadly. The truth's arrived, sadly.
$200 million, an all-time record in California, just in the primary. What, he has 15% of the vote so far?
A new poll by the non-politics. Your election.
But what a comeback it has been for Becerra. And the Steyer situation, I think, is extremely interesting because he has spent $200 million, an all-time record in California, just in the primary. What, he has 15% of the vote so far?
A new poll by the nonpartisan public policy.
It's on my phone at $4 for a 6 minutes.
All right, cool. Thank you. disqualified from ever holding office, ever running for office, ever voting ever again. That's the thing about an article violation.
Up to 3,000 pounds per square inch using nothing but your garden hose. It's 100% mechanical, completely self-powered, and can strip years of
Another item we're going to talk about here is coins, commemorative coins. I am proposing the single largest widespread diversity of new California commemorative coins that has ever been proposed. These are from A to Z. And later in the campaign, I'm going to be talking about those and how that, again, is going. Another item I'm going to talk about here is coins, commemorative coins. I am proposing the single largest widespread diversity of new California commemorative coins that has ever been proposed. These are from A to Z. And later in the campaign, I'm going to be talking about those and how that, again, is going to bring in money to the state of California and how a percentage of that money, in fact, is going to be paid once again directly to the citizens of California. Now, it's pretty clear.
Back in the Democratic Party. My assessments did help focus people faster on understanding that all of these items, these are from a former campaign situation in California. And when the way the law was is because I was stranded in California is weird. Even though I had multi-resident status, but because of the illegal activity, basically by the state of California, it's rather extensive because it deals with Kamala Harris and numerous other people that were violating the law. I had the IRS investigated. I had the state of Arkansas investigated, and both those parties found in my favor. I won. Both those parties found in my favor, and beyond the shadow of a doubt, they found that these other parties basically had broke the law and had interfered with the process of elections, as well as key documents. The IRS is like, these people have no right to steal any of your documents, your tax documents. I mean, how can you disclose? The guy's like, how can you disclose what your tax documents are when these people are participating at a state level, stealing the documents illegally? I mean, this is verified 100% by the IRS, so, and the situation in there, as I was in the process of expanding the nonprofit into a full omnibus situation, has the federal laws state out that by default, because the government stole some of these different documents, by default, I'm granted winnership on full omnibus. That's the way the law works on that. So, there was a lot of things the IRS was very helpful with, I'm telling you. And amazingly, I'm just telling you. And then, then we have all the Kamala Harris issues. We have the Jerry Brown issues. We have all the prosecutorial problems in all these different areas. And they're already deciding to blacklist people. You can't do that. That's interference with the process of elections. That is an articles violation in itself. Well, with me, there's more and more article violations that continue. They are numerous. Then there's violence on top of that. Lots of violence. A whole lot of violence. So you'll see some of these different sites, you'll see the different materials that I have that show the violence. I show the documents. These people are in dereliction of duty. We have the investigations against Julie Sue. She's busted red-handed. She's also made a whole bunch of other victims. She basically took the list of people who were entitled to compensation, went to the federal government, said, Congress ordered this, give us the money. They did. And she put it into a bunch of separate funds and said there's no money. And then you get to the point where 1.2 million people complained, and they only, Julie Sue assigned 4 investigators. That's more than 10 years worth of work to try to sort that. 4 investigators for 1.2 plus million people. That's not going to work. And by the way, we're in an emergency. And she deliberately engineers this. And then she has all these funds. You call up, she hired like 17,000 extra people. And if you go, hablo no English, oh, yes, we're right here to service you, yes. Oh, yeah, no ID, yes, oh, no this, no, yeah, hey, no problem. We've got money for you. Oh, you're not out of money, you have money. Yes, we have money. And you get happy, start getting more through the interview, and all of a sudden, well, wait a minute, you're actually a citizen. Well, yes, I'm actually a citizen, actually. But, I got in line like everybody else, and here I am. It's my turn. I'm up to the front of the desk. Let's just go ahead and process my stuff. Oh, no, we can't do that. There's no money available in the funds for regular citizens. We only have money available, billions of dollars, for people that are not citizens, that have no ID. So here's, these tens of billions of dollars in fraud. Are all these people? We can't verify what happened. We have no idea whether Julie Sue stole like 4 or 6 or 8 or $10 billion of money for herself. Whether she's that communist and back to the Democratic Party. There's just too much stuff that's gone on, people. This is an unbiased justice thing that we have to do. We have to make these repairs. So when I'm bringing out these very serious charges, I'm not kidding, and this is not a game, voters. This is not a game. These people are busted red-handed. There's been a lot of violence focused at me. Parties have violated national security. These are very serious charges that these various parties are facing. And they're disqualified. Kamala Harris, attached, she's connected to 3 different administrations, including the Biden administration. Okay, the articles say she's disqualified. Well, she was blacklisting me when I'm a candidate, going to her at the AG's office and saying, hey, look, I need these people prosecuted. They've fabricated illegal evidence. It's all erroneous. It's a lie. Here, it's been investigated by the IRS. It's been investigated by Arkansas. We need to prosecute these people. No, we're not going to do that. What do you mean you're not going to do that, man? You're sending electronic transmissions through an electronic system, and beyond the shadow of a doubt, these are lies. These are lies, and you're doing this to a candidate. You're blacklisting a candidate. You're causing me other problems because of this. This stuff affects people's credit ratings. You have no right to do this. This is financially attacking me, a candidate and an archiver, and you're violating national security. It's mandatory to prosecute these people. Not to mention all the people connected to the archive. It's a mandatory policy to prosecute people who attack us. End of story. Boom. It's mandatory. So she's disqualified under the articles. All the stuff in the cross-connectiveness of the entire Biden administration is disqualified. President Trump has already disqualified virtually everything, as far as I know, I do believe, that Biden did. So it's important to understand, because of the major elections violations, she's not legitimate. Becerra is not legitimate. He's part of the administration that attacked me. He's disqualified by the federal Constitution rules respective to attacks on candidates' camps. He's not a legitimate candidate. I'm going to disqualify him. He cannot run for office ever. It's not allowed. It's not allowed. He was part of the ticket, and that's the way it works. That's the way it works. Everyone's disqualified on that ticket that's connected directly into that ticket that is actually doing stuff. Yeah, no, you guys are disqualified. You lose your retirement, and you're facing other possible charges too. So that remains to come out to see exactly how many charges. Same thing, Julie Sue. Boom. Yeah, boom. You know, Kamala Harris. Boom. Yeah, right there. So here's direct evidence of parties attacking my campaign, attacking me, a candidate, attacking an archive with national security related information, attacking artifacts, some of which are over 900 years old. Okay, these are crimes against humanity being committed by these people. They have to be prosecuted. It's mandatory. But the justice system doesn't want to cooperate. So everyone on those tickets, going all the way back to Jerry Brown, is disqualified. That means that more than 1/3 of the judges in California lose their job and their retirements. They're disqualified because those are the federal article rules. Plus we got some federal law comes in there. Respective to the situation, I can't get fair, unbiased activity in a federal court because the first thing the judge says is, I demand that you drop all criminal ends. And I said, no, I can't do that. I've taken an oath and the law requires me to see this through. It's mandatory. It's mandatory for me to see this through. You know, and I have to deal with all this violence. You know, I mean, just horrible. Just horrible. Okay, I got some other calls. We're a little over an hour. I'm going to go ahead and end this recording right here. So we end up with a situation, and there's a lot of other evidence that I've got on the sites already. I want you to look at these, voters. You have to look at these, and you have to understand what's going on. These people were supposed to turn over emergency management resources and flatly refused. These people are really evil, and I'm going to tell you, voters, this is a fight between good versus evil. It really is. I want to thank you very much. My name is Michael Crosby. Yes, continuing candidates, gubernatorial, and yes, I ran as a presidential candidate. The law says I cannot release. There's no statute of limitations. I cannot release on these items. The panel has to be fulfilled. I'm going to have to get cooperation at some point in time, more cooperation from Homeland, probably the White House. I do believe the White House and other parties. These matters have to be resolved.
Election.
But what a comeback it has been for Becerra. And the Steyer situation, I think, is extremely interesting because he has spent $200 billion, an all-time record in California, just in the primary. What, he has 15% of the vote so far?